Adam, before you proceed to the Commissioner's location, I would like to request that I accompany you to the meeting.
Actually, Tareen, that might not be a bad idea. I think she needs to get the bigger picture on this. Although I think Hawk knows a lot of the DMZ's secrets, an OCAR perspective might be what she needs. Why don't you fill me in a little more on the significance of this comet?
Eshahar is of great importance, and its passage signals the beginning of a season of ritual festivities on our home planets.
Here we are. Let's see what the Commissioner has to say about all this.
Adam, I must admit I have some trepidation about how events appear to be escalating.
As far as I can make out, Hawk is here in a diplomatic and intelligence capacity. We just need to get the word out to keep the peace.
Now what took you so long, Roslyn? I thought you knew how to navigate the DMZ.
You haven't been straight with me about the mission you sent me on, to the lunar colony.
Well, my mission here is over, and I have no further assignments for you, unless you want to make yourself useful for once and give me something this massage droid cannot.
Damn it, Hawk. We know about the sacred comet, and we know its trajectory. You sent me to check how close Blakemore was to finding it.
Any violation of the comet of Eshahar would result in the end of any toleration between our races.
Yes, I know. Spare me the lecture. Traitor Tareen, the OCAR warrior who wanted to be a cleric. Another anomaly of the DMZ. What strange bedfellows you two make. The OCAR consider you an outcast. Why do you care whether we go to war?
I may have pursued a life of religious contemplation, but I would still fight to protect peace. The return of Eshahar and the discovery that it is in danger has reawakened my sense of commitment to my faith and my people.
Interesting. And you obviously found Mr. Roslin receptive to your concerns. If it wasn't for you, I'd leave this godforsaken place once and for all. But I also hate unfinished business. And perhaps I underestimated you from the very beginning. Okay, let me fill you in on some of the details. By all appearances, you have found the comet before Blakemore. Unfortunately, the OCAR are also aware of his activities. They are preparing a preemptive strike against GMB's lunar colony.
That would trigger a war.
Indeed. And as it happens, you have found me after appraising the Federal Council of the situation, and they have resolved, quite disappointingly, to let affairs play out on their own. I asked to parley with Emissary Sareth in order to buy time and allow me to handle GMB myself. However, communications have suddenly ceased. There is a sub-faction of OCAR hardliners agitating for war. My suspicions lead me to believe that they have something to do with this.
I get the feeling you have the need for another covert operation.
You and Tareen might be the key to solving this impasse. It's not like I can go in with a fleet cruiser, guns blazing. This would get me the leverage I need to stop Blakemore. As previously agreed, you would receive full amnesty. You get to keep your base, and you gain free passage out of the DMZ.
Tareen, what do you think? You up for this?
I do not expect to receive much welcome from my kind. I am the errant example that spawnlings are warned of.
You're still an OCAR. Even if I reach the Emissary, he has no reason to listen to me. But together, might just be curious enough to hear us out.
Perhaps. Of course, whether we can reach the Emissary alive is another question.
So, Tareen, what can you tell me about these Okar hardliners?
They call themselves Okar Prime. They seek to reclaim all space lost by the arrival of the Colonials. Any opportunity to trigger a new war would suit their purposes perfectly. Their sentiments do not reflect those of the Okar majority, however, who are happy to remain in a separated peace.
Damn it, Adam, what's taking you so long? I got Maddox breathing down my neck, and he is kicking up a stink.
Hey, Delia, the commissioner sent us to make contact with the Okar about the situation. Sit tight. I'll keep you posted. Corvette looks fairly official. Must be the Emissaries.
Indeed, it bears the holy insignia.
And those force field emitters don't look very peaceful to me.
That must be the work of the aforementioned Okar Prime. The Commissioner's suspicions have been proven correct.
Hailing Clerical Corvette. This is a colonial delegation on a diplomatic mission.
Your authority, your treaties, your lies, and your filthy presence have no place here.
We only wish to speak with Emissary Sareth. We come on behalf of Commissioner Hawk bearing a request.
There will be no negotiating. Turn back and keep to your own affairs. You have been warned.
We won't leave until we've delivered our message.
If your request was death, then we shall be sure to make you satisfied.
Tareen, can you provide a distraction while I figure out a way through this force field?
You can count on me, Adam.
What if we got a signal out to the Okar authorities to let them know a high-ranking official has been taken hostage?
They would react, certainly. Perhaps this is a sensible course of action.
Can't contact them myself. Hi, are you able to access the Corvette's comm system?
It appears that it has been disabled. I detect disconnected comms tech floating in the vicinity. If you wish to reactivate the comm system, collect all the associated parts. I will highlight them for you once the force field is down.
Okay, yeah. We could use all the help we can get, even if it's Okar authorities.
all from my own training. They fight bravely, but lack the broader experience that I have accumulated in the DMZ.
Gotcha.
The force field's down. I can try to repair the comm system now.
Corvette's comm system is functional again. It now needs to be powered up. I will use your booster's energy to power up the system. You must remain close in order for this to work. accessed the system and dispatched an emergency broadcast.
This is like the old days of analog.
You take a weakling's approach by summoning the authorities to your aid.
They're disengaging. This is our chance to get on board. Hailing clerical corvette. Do you read me? We are on a diplomatic mission and request access to the Emissary.
It appears that we must force entry. It may be that the hardliners still have control of the corvette.
You brought a stick to a gunfight? These are dangerous extremists we're taking on here, Tareen.
This part must be done the way of the old warrior code. Do not harm the ones in robes, and stay behind me. Careful. Best keep your blaster holstered.
I am seeing a side of you I never knew, Tareen.
Okar never forgets his training.
You are the traitor we've heard of. The one who left the brood to become a menial merchant to the humans.
I have become something you cannot understand. And now I will not allow you to stand in the way of peace with the humans.
The talk of a coward. You want to settle this the traditional way, after you abandon your chosen path.
I am my own master. You are but a slave to the warrior code.
I see before me such things as I could not have foreseen.
Your Eminence, I am Tareen, and this is my companion, Adam Roslin.
Tareen, of course. I am familiar with your story, so you have decided to return to us?
Not exactly. We have come bearing a message from Commissioner Hawk of the Colonial Fleet.
Eshahar is under threat from the humans.
The Comet is under threat from rogue agents who do not represent us. The Commissioner sent us to plead for more time before an Okar intervention. She sends assurances that this problem can be solved internally among us Colonials.
You are known to us too, Adam Roslin. Indeed, we have encountered you a number of times in quite a variety of contexts. Tell me, why do you care about the Okar, of whom you have killed so many?
I understand there are peaceful elements to your society. I have just never met them before.
And of Eshahar, what do you know?
I have learned from Tareen that it is sacred to you.
Sacred, indeed. The spirits of our ancestors are embedded in its ancient stones. Twice in each generation they pass to share their visions of the past, present, and future. But perhaps you know this. Perhaps you have been touched by Eshahar. Tareen, I commend you and your friend for your noble interference. It was timely. Relay to the Commissioner that the Grand Master shall be informed. And we shall stay our hand, at least for the time being. And Tareen, should you ever wish to return to us, a clerical vocation is still open to you.
Thank you, Your Eminence.
We will resolve this. You have my word.
Your timely intervention may have altered the disastrous course of our shared history. And thanks to the signal you sent, the authorities will be here shortly. I have informed them of your great assistance.
It was an honor to be of service.
And an honor to meet you. I'll need to update Hawk on the situation.
Commissioner Hawk, do you read me?
I hope it's good news, Mr. Roslin.
Your suspicions were correct about Hardliners being the reason for the emissary's radio silence. He was being held hostage. We were able to free him, and he has not been harmed.
This suggests tensions between the Elcar castes are intensifying, and could sour already strained relations.
For the time being, we've been given assurance that the order will be issued not to attack G&B, as long as G&B do not attempt to touch the comet. The Grandmaster's proclamation on this should guarantee that none will cross that line.
I hope so. Although we should not presume to test the Okar's toleration further. G&Bs still need to be brought to heel to prevent conflict.
Okar units incoming.
Those are the regular Okar units we summoned. The authorities.
I will be escorted back to the Okars. Godspeed, and may your mission be crowned with success for the sake of Eshahar.
For Eshahar!
We'd better inform the others what's been going on. Delia, do you read me?
Adam, I was just about to contact you. Maddox left the base just a short time ago. There was nothing we could do to stop him. He took Eduardo, too.
Damn it, Maddox. He's gonna ruin everything. Just hang tight. We'll come back to base and we'll sort this out. This is one of the places Kala marked. I should be able to establish a spatial bypass here.
You are determined to risk your particles being rearranged for this alien technology?
You're just sore you didn't come up with it yourself.
I have other priorities in case you fail to notice. Keeping you alive, for one.
And that's rewarding enough for you. Kala, are you there?
Nama? Yes, Kliko, I am here.
I'm at the first location. So what happens now?
Use the cube with the right components to create a rip in space.
Rip in space, yeah, so you keep saying. Okay, so I need all these components? Some seem very particular.
I'll give you a list of the appropriate components. They are a little different here than in my homeworld, but they should serve their purpose.
I see, okay. I'll call you again once I have the basics. All right, seems like I need all the parts to make this work. Let's see what we got.
Mining operation commencing. Good luck.
Hi. The faster a ship moves, the slower time passes, right?
That would be a crude summarization of time dilation while nearing light speed, yes.
So in superlight, if time is moving slower outside our frame of reference, how come we still receive radio message in real time?
The original Adam Roslin would have known such fundamental concepts of the Eterna cloud system back end.
These space-time paradoxes can be disorienting. I just need it explained in layman's terms on occasion.
Layman astrophysics will not get you anywhere, quite literally. We have more pressing matters right now, so please focus on your current objective, pilot.
What's happening? Where are we? What's going on?
Clearly, you have meddled too much with the natural laws of physics, and the universe is taking its revenge. Your experimentations with these abominable spatial bypasses have led you to your doom.
Time to be helpful, Hive. I see we've got company.
Multiple craft approaching, seemingly hostile, but I detect no signs of organic life.
Okay, so that's not good. Drones?
Large, ancient energy pulses are emanating from each ship. They are piloted, but by what, I cannot determine.
Wait, you don't think these are the crafts which were pulled into the rifts before?
Given the diverse origins and ages of each vessel, I would not discount that theory.
If the ancient energy has consumed them, maybe they're like late-stage redeemers. Maybe they're already dead. Hold tight, Hive. We could be battling the undead here.
I will add that to the outrageous list of enemies you have accumulated.
So happy to see home.
Adam, you vanished. This is the first time this has happened. This is a new effect due to the rift of the ancients.
Rifts, not rips, you say?
Yes, Clico. Maybe the ancient rift is a way home. I should investigate the spatial bypass disturbance more closely. Now I see a connection. I'll get it right with the bypass.
This could be interesting. Well, keep me posted on this, but right now we've got some more pressing matters at hand.
Okay, so when did Maddox and Eduardo leave exactly?
Only a few hours ago. I'm sorry, Adam. I did try to stop them, but Maddox was so enraged. He was completely out of control.
It's not your fault, Delia. The man was watching his big plan unravel and probably couldn't stand it another moment. Kala, can you tell me the comet's current position?
It is flying through the Drake system.
The Coalition-controlled area. My guess is that Maddox will try to blast mine the comet at the earliest opportunity. I'll need to head him off before he does any damage.
Nothing must happen to Eduardo.
Of course not, Kala. I'll be in touch. Keep comms open.
thinking of doing, stop it now! You don't understand what's at stake. Do you read me? He's not answering.
I need someone to pull me out. The noise is killing me.
What noise?
Ugh, it is splitting my skull.
Okay, hold on. I got you.
Thank you. Drop me off at the bow. There is a maintenance dock there. If there is just an iota of power left, I could get myself running again.
You sure? The ship is a wreck.
The repairing units are supposed to be autonomous, so there is a chance. Just get me away from the noise. I can barely think straight. It's broadcasting from the stern of the vessel. I would steer clear if I were you.
you go. Is the signal still messing with you?
No, it is gone. I think I will be fine now.
Good, because this is all I can do for you. Good luck with patching yourself up. I'm out of here for now. Need to get my AI rebooted.
I just need some peace.
The signal is definitely protecting something. Maybe I should pay a visit to Fallon Pango. He might know how to protect Hive from that jammer.
May I inquire about where we are going?
Thanks, Sol, you're back.
A remarkably powerful jamming signal interfered with my systems.
Next time, we're not going in unprepared. Fortunately, I might just know the right guy for this.
The way you are phrasing this leads me to expect the worst.
Pleasant surprise.
Is it? A surprise, I mean?
You got me there. My radars registered you quite a few times between the smuggling gate to Zarkov and here. What I do not yet know is, to what do I owe this pleasure?
I need something to better protect my AI from disruptive frequencies.
You possess a hive, if I'm not mistaken. Which is interesting because hive units are usually fairly robust. What kind of interference are we talking about?
Don't know. We ran into it while sweeping a capital shipwreck in Zarkov.
May I have a look at your output log?
Hive, is it safe to show him our log?
Of course not. However, I do not know why he asks permission when he downloaded the entirety of our log the moment we docked.
Figures.
I must say, these readings are quite intriguing. Luckily, I happen to have just what you need. Feel free to install this module. It is completely on the house, and to celebrate our new friendship, I've removed all spyware and malware just for you.
I can confirm this. After running an assortment of tests on the module, I cannot identify any malicious strings.
There's gotta be a catch.
The catch is that, should you ever return to the area in question, I would kindly ask you to gather more data for me. What was the name of the capital ship again?
I don't know. Just some random wreck as usual.
I see. Well, have fun with my module. I'm looking forward to your return.
about to approach the signal again. You ready?
That depends on the efficiency of the Bovis software.
True. Let's hope for the best.
I have determined the origin of the signal. I marked it on your HUD.
Scrap! No! Jump drives are breaking down too! This is worse than last time. Freaking signal! I need to shoot the emitter down!